So today I'm going to show you how to wrap your dreadlocks with string. I'm actually going to use yarn mainly because it's a little more colorful and it's a little more fun. But one of the reasons why you can use this method to wrap your dreads is mainly because it's not only decorative, but it'll help you combine two dreads together without it looking like, and it'll actually look like a design. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out how much yarn I need. So it's going to start at the root. So I want it just a little bit longer than the actual dread, because once you wrap it, of course, you're going to take up some of that length. So since this is about right, I'm going to go just a little bit more and cut it. Once that is cut, I'm going to grab the actual dreadlock that I want to wrap, and I'm going to go in here at the root and just make enough of a hole to where my finger pokes through, and that's where I'm going to actually start. So I'm going to pull it all the way through and measure them out so that they're even. And like I said, this is one of the methods you can use to combine two dreads together. So I have the string going through the one dread, the main one that I want to combine, and then the smaller one. So I put those two together. I use one of my sides, I hold it so it won't move, one of the sides to wrap around. You're just going to wrap it to make it a little more secure. Wrap it at the base. That's secure. Then I'm going to take the other side and wrap it the opposite way to secure it even more. And then I'm going to set that out of the way. I'm just going to clip it just so that you can get an idea of how I'm going to use the yarn down the length of the dread. So then I have my two, and I'm going to take it and just wrap it around. And in this particular sense, because Francesca has such a beautiful curl in her dread, I didn't want to measure the yarn to the very end, because once you do that, it's going to definitely look different. But this is going to allow it to kind of blend in with the rest of her curls if we go just half or partial length of her actual dreadlock. So I'm going to hold it there. I'm just going to clip it so it'll be out of the way, so you can just follow me. And I'm going to take the other side and wrap it the opposite way. So I'm going to let it land right in the middle of where I wrapped it previously, just to kind of tighten it up. And you can do it as tight or as loose as you want. I'm keeping hers loose because she has a nice curl to it. And as you can see, her dreads are kind of small. So we would be doing this for her as in a way to make them a little bigger, look a little thicker and fluffier. So I'm not going to wrap it too tight. I'm just going to keep a nice loose tension on it as we go all the way down. And once I get to where the other side meets, I'm going to tie in a knot, tie the two ends in a knot rather. And another reason I like to use the yarn instead of actual string, you can use string and you can use thread. The yarn is just softer and it's more bendable with the hair. It doesn't, if you were running your hands through your hair, you wouldn't really feel the yarn as much as you would string, because it's just as soft as the hair, and this is 100% wool, so it's a natural fiber, and most dreadlock wearers like natural things in their hair. I'm gonna cut off the excess once I get my knot really tight. And you can see if this was the same color of her hair, it would just blend right in. But even though it's not, it's a little lighter, so you actually see it. And if she had maybe 4 or 5 more of these, it'll look very decorative. And that is the way you wrap your dreads with string.